The darn feed ended at some point there. The feed ended.
You started again?
I did. I think the battery might have died because I don't think this was plugged all the way in.
Oh. Well, how long? I mean,
I'm not sure how long it was.
Might have been shutting the car off. Started it up again?
Yep.
Well.
Well, I hope you folks got to see that.
I'll get back here and get a little tour of my old classroom someday. Tearing the building down. I really wish I had made the open house.
Mike says we were off the air for 2 minutes.
After we got out of the car? Might have been the perfect 2 to be off.
Well, really sorry about that, folks. We don't know exactly what happened. It could have been that the battery died and it wasn't plugged in all the way. We're not sure. Didn't see us get out of the car.
Okay. Well, you might have been lucky then. Didn't see us take the picture. We got a picture in front of the school. That was the boringest part anyhow. There was nobody to stay in the car. Well, it got a lot quieter, didn't it? I think, did you notice it got quieter, like, once they realized we were on the street?
There you go. I guess it went off right after we talked about Highway 36 and McKnight.
Well, that would have been ages ago.
That's weird.
That would have been a long time ago. Do you think someone would have messaged you before then?
Yeah, I think so.
4483.
Oh, well. We're heading back into the city. Our tour of North St. Paul. We didn't get through downtown North St. Paul, but we've been there many times.
No, we're going by North St. Paul High School, and there's still 5 minutes left.
What do you think, Pat? I need my right eyes.
You are clear after this truck.
Oh, not that truck. The next truck.
Well, you missed a great conversation we had with a lady outside Webster Elementary.
Copy. You can actually clear it out of it.
But we are back.
24.
And we are
261.
on White Bear Avenue.
Pedestrians are supposed to go to the intersection and cross. That's where it gets complicated out here. They're crossing mid-block. earlier, Chase, this is why the CAT team, when we do our block-in maneuvers, we always strive to have a minimum of 4 vehicles. 2 in the front and 2 in the back. You can try, it can be done with 3 if there's a parked car around, but generally speaking, blocking a car in requires 3 of our unmarks at a minimum, but preferably 4. Actually, Patrick made a arrest yesterday at the end of the day. Got his car damaged. I forgot to mention that. Congratulations, Pat. Tell the viewers about what happened yesterday.
Well, to add on to what you were just saying,
Yeah.
if you're really, really good, you can do it with 2 cars.
Yeah. And lucky.
And very
You're
lucky. No,
And the bad guy doesn't have greater commitment than you. And if you can afford to pay for the repairs.
Well, Thomas Siegelstrom with the CAT unit spotted he was pretty sure it was a blue Kia Sportage that had been stolen, that he saw getting on 94 at White Bear headed westbound. And he wasn't able to catch up to it before it was out of sight. And I was on the way home at the time. I said, well, I'm gonna take the long way home.
By the way, backseaters, his home is in the opposite direction. But go ahead, tell the sister.
So I decided to take the long way home and took surface streets and was going down 3rd towards Earl and saw
That is really the long way home.
saw a blue Kia Sportage driving insanely, coming towards me, westbound on 3rd at Earl.
You're welcome.
Making sure nobody's coming up around on the right. And as it went past me, I confirmed it was the right plate. It was the stolen vehicle being driven by one young man, and was able to, from a distance, keep it in sight for a couple of miles until Action Alex got to the area, pulled in behind. He got in behind him, and as he was waiting to turn at an intersection off of Edgerton and Jenks, I was able to position my car broadside in front of him to keep a pursuit from happening. And he chose to floor it and ram the passenger side of my car, and proceeded to jump out to run. And he had no clue that Alex was right behind him and was already standing at his driver's door. He literally ran into Alex's arms.
I like that combination.
And Alex gently laid him onto the ground.
Alex was on his way home too.
Yes, he was.
Complete opposite direction. That's what I love about you guys.
It's a passion.
There's not a stolen car out there that you won't try to get if you got the good information.
And when it comes from Thomas Siegelstrom, it's good.
That was great work.
Thank you.
I didn't even know it was you guys until it was all over. I was monitoring the CAT updates, but I didn't have the radio on.
Traffic does look like we're attempting to beat the father's fall.
Great work.
Yeah, it worked out really well.
Possibly just more of a domestic. 1350 Maryland, Unit 101, caller would like for brother.
The term broadside is used very much anymore. And here's the reason I asked that question. Language is an interesting thing. So you and I probably know where the term broadside comes from.
Right.
It comes from the old sailing ships that had cannons on them. And the ships had cannons on all angles, front and back, but if you really wanted to get the best hit, in Pat's case, he didn't have any cannons on the side of his car. He just gave him the broadside to run into. So the phrase doesn't actually fit that situation, but Yeah, the old naval ships, the sail ships, they would position themselves sideways so they had as many cannons as possible to shoot at the other ship. Actually, there was a game, I think Milton and Bradley made a game that when we were young we used to play. Did you ever play it?
Oh, Battleship?
No, before that. Broadside.
Really?
I think I still have it.
Yeah, you copy RS Tech?
No kidding. Go ahead.
Which Pirates of the Caribbean were you guys featured in?
I just want you to know, as long as you brought up Pirates of the Caribbean action, Alex,
Arg.
I just want you to know that there are 62 pirates in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride in Walt Disney World. So, broadside. Give them the old broadside. And it's been morphed into basically just hitting somebody hard or give them a bat or broadside. But it comes from the old sailing ships.
But yeah, my car definitely stopped him cold. Very little damage to the vehicle. But I'll tell you, it just infuriates me what these kids are doing to these cars. I mean, this car, it was a 2017 Kia Sportage. It looked like it was right off the showroom floor from the outside. Well, they broke out the back window, which is the MO for stealing Kias. Broke off the entire steering column to the point where they broke the mechanism for the wipers, and the wipers wouldn't turn off. So they just got out and broke off the wiper blades.
Oh, Jesus.
So it wouldn't be obvious, to the police driving down the street with your wipers on.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we'd call a clue.
Yeah.
And the interior was completely trashed. Oh, we got an ambulance coming.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Just completely trashed. I think it had only been missing for a couple of days, and the interior was trashed, and in addition to all that other damage I talked about.
That's the problem with traffic. Not everybody's aware of where you're coming from. Yeah, it's amazing how fast they can destroy a car. Not even trying to destroy it, just destroy it because that's the way they're living at that moment.
And this young man, when we pulled his balaclava off that he had covering his face, the look of pure hatred for us in his face
Really?
was just chilling.
That's not good. Sorry to hear that.
I mean, far too many of these kids, they're not mad at themselves for having stolen a car. They're not mad at themselves for getting caught. They're furious at the police for doing their jobs and catching them. Some of these kids just feel they're entitled to take cars.
I told you I was at this conference committee, and keep in mind, this next week is critical. The legislature has to be done by May 23rd, which is a week from Monday. There's no more meetings scheduled till Monday. So there will be 1 week, literally 4 days for the crime bill to get agreed upon. So you got to call your legislators this week and just tell them you want a crime bill. You can refer to some of the stuff that I've proposed that you're aware of. But there was an interesting thing. There's 10 members, and I was impressed. They all spoke supportive of doing something. But one of them has represented me in the past, Jamie Becker-Finn.
Yeah.
And she said something. She'd been doing research, and her research has shown her that one of the best deterrents from crime is the certainty of being caught.
Yes.
Okay? A lot of research on the best deterrence of crime is certainty of being caught. And of course, a lot of factors that affect certainty. Number of officers is one of them. But I spoke to her after the meeting and I said, you know, I appreciate that recognition. I totally appreciate the recognition of that, and I agree with it 100%. But like all things in life, every equation has an inverse equation. And the inverse equation of the certainty of being caught is the best deterrent. The confidence of a criminal to not be caught is one of the best contributors to crime.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, we've dipped into that area in the last 2 years where the confidence of criminals, their belief that they're not going to get caught has increased in large part because of the reduction in number of police officers or the